Hi everyone, my name is Bruce Schwartz. I'm from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. It's a freezing down here. But hey, I heard Minnesota, is it Minnesota, supposed to get minus 70 degrees? Ouch. May as well move to Siberia, get 10 degrees warmer. I mean, that's pretty crazy. Just about 2 minutes ago, the house popped. I could hear a loud bang, probably a nail busting somewhere in the house. It gets crazy when it gets cold. You know, the houses don't last very long. This area is where we're going to go look in close-up detail. Why? Because I've seen a flashing light in it. And where are we exactly? Well, yesterday I showed these peculiar lines running across the surface. Here's the thing, guys. When I call it something like a corridor or an electrical line or a pipeline or a tunnel, it doesn't mean it is. I'm just telling you what we're looking at. We're looking at something that's constructed, something that's crossing paths with each other, many lines, hundreds of miles long, and they're appearing and disappearing. And why? Let me tell you guys that that's what a telescope does. When you zoom in with a telescope and you start seeing oscillation, before the object appears, watch the light. Before the object appears, it oscillates. It disappears sometimes. Did you see that? That was a flash of light right exactly where I'm looking at all these darn lines going by. And again, it's just off of the terminator line. That terminator line is showing us absolutely everything. Let's get in a lot closer to see the flashing light. So I was talking about it just a couple videos ago. There we go. You know, the different flashes, comparing the different flashes, and also comparing the different sizes. Because now, guys, this is a pretty big flash. To give you an idea of ratio and scale, it's about half a mile to a mile wide, the flash. So it doesn't mean, you know, the flash is that wide. So for us to see it from that distance, imagine. Really like seeing it like this. Look along the ridge, in the darkness, just along the edge, pow, that light appears. And I saw it in the footage while I was looking at it, but let me tell you, it was not hard to miss. So I could have very easily missed it. This is on there, wow. On January 25th, 2019, this is with the Nikon D850. I am finding more objects, again, UFOs, debris, creatures, chocolate bars. We don't know what is up there floating around, but let me tell you, it's in the atmosphere. It's below the lunar orbit. It's definitely pressed up against the surface, possibly just over the clouds. At times I see UFOs or objects, creatures, whatever, flying in and out of what looks like a cloud surface on the moon. So that's the place where we see these lines, and not just lines, those bumps that the lines seem to be going to. I mean, it literally looks like Lego blocks, side by side. Zooming in ridiculously, forgive me for a second, but you will be very happy I did. Check it out. There it is. And you know, it looks like a stationary light. Wow, it looks like a UFO, eh? The craft. It doesn't look like an explosion that's uneven. I get flashes with different rays in it. And this really looks like a spherical object. What are all these bumps? Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are connected. 90-degree angle right there along the terminator line, going to lines that are longing for a couple of hundreds of miles. Actually, many hundreds of miles. Maybe 700 or 800 miles. It's on the southeastern side of the moon. You could really see the grid in it, can't you? And different angles. And now, the terminator line's there, so, I mean, just 6 or 7 days before, a week before, I mean, impossible to have seen. But they do appear. I see these grid lines definitely on the south side of Mare Serenitatis. You guys with big telescopes, check it out. The bottom of Mare Serenitatis, there's another grid line right there. Another unidentified flying object, either in the lunar orbit or pressed up against the surface of the moon. So if some of you guys say that it's stuff or satellites or things that I'm getting between Earth and the moon, well, we have a major problem. Here's, again, just wanted you to notice that famous shadow that is always following these UFOs that I'm finding. So that's the whole idea. That shadow is telling me that it is close to the surface. And if it's not close to the surface, it can be reflecting in something else. And what would you think that would be? Clouds. Okay. Or a thick haze or dust. There's the grid lines again. Yeah, they're hard to see. I get it. I'll wait to get a better view of it, but I do know that there's another grid-like line right down there near Mare Serenitatis and underneath Eratosthenes crater. Another cool critter or UFO over the surface. High enough, probably over the cloud cover. But on its way, not hiding at all either. So, and here's the thing. It's not going that fast. It is going faster than a plane though. Let me tell you that. It is going faster than a plane because this is slowed down. You see, these lights are not easy to see, but that's the whole idea of them hiding up there. But, when we see them like that, you have to wonder who or, what type of being is up there. This is Copernicus crater. Copernicus is really special when you get the Terminator line, the line of darkness and light, really close to it. Wow, you could see the back ridge there is a lot higher. It doesn't look a lot higher. Everything looks flat like this, but that's why I follow the Terminator line. Check this out. Hard to see, so try to squint a little bit because it is very pale. It's a dark shadow with another shadow beside it. Again, always reminding me, at first I used to say, what are these objects that are connected? Why are they following each other like that? Is it, well, of course, the frame rate is slowed down. When you slow things down, you get that stepping of the footage as it progresses ahead. It's normal. People say, why is it moving bit by bit, both of them at the same time? It's because we slowed down. I mean, these are simple little things that people usually know when they try it themselves. So we're seeing objects, but look at the cloud cover. You can't deny it that there is definitely either a very thick smoke on the surface or a cloud cover because we're looking right at it. And then you see these beautiful greens underneath that and, intense blues like it was something electrical on fire, ridiculously bluer than water, that's for sure. But still, you wonder what it could be. It's all pretty incredible. I really see those lines down there. We're going to zoom in. We are so close. We're missing about 25 megapixels for the camera to be able to see those bloody lines. But you know what? We're going to. And we're going to get different times. We're going to find different things anyways. We'll probably forget about this at one point right there in the center. Keep your eyes focused in the center. You may only see it for 1.5 seconds to 3 seconds, but you can see it. These connections are on bumps, whatever they may be, giant objects, towering objects, side by side in unison. Definitely a connection here. Watch here. Same frame, just slowed down. There's a UFO leaving one of these lit objects where the connectors and lines are coming from. There you just saw it leave. I've said a long time ago, these guys built like ants, and I saw someone in the comment section again this afternoon or this morning mentioned it again. Well, let me tell you, ant people. I mean, no, I have no proof they're ants, but look at a gray alien and add 2 antlers on their heads. I mean, just big eyes. Anyways, okay, bad dreams. Mare Crisium, look at all the way The crust is all around it. You can see the way this is towering off the surface in one end, darkness, and all like the stepping stones over on the right. It really is beautiful to be able to see it like that. Rarely seen like that. I'm happy I got it like that. And me, what I do here on the channel, well, that's my goal, is to try to show it in ways, you know, that are unique and more zoomed up, and that we could see more of the structuring in detail. That was Bianchini Crater. This is, again, a UFO with, again, another object beside it, whether it be, you know, sometimes I wonder, imagine an invisible spaceship that has a front and a back and is just, you know, invisible. So I often talk about a UFO corridor. And when I say that, I mean, look at that. What the heck? We're looking at different UFOs following each other. A parade of UFOs. What about this one? Spraying on the surface. Have you ever seen, this is totally exclusive. I've never seen anyone show this. It's unique, and I wish everyone would share it. And I hope everyone in the world sees it, because it's absolutely amazing. It almost looks like storms. We're going to theorize here. We're just going to say what we're looking at. A light, it's interacting. Clouds are interacting with lights. That's exactly what we're seeing. Lights are going in different directions than the clouds. Some of the lights are going up to the clouds. Some of the clouds are intensifying. They're diminishing. I mean, what are we looking at? Are we looking at storms? Are we looking at a luminescent creature on the surface of the moon? Storms don't usually do that. And why did that object just spray on the surface? And the lights, the interaction of them. Look what we're looking at. We're looking at maybe anywhere from 3 to 7 objects interacting. Now, if UFOs are inside of these clouds, whoa. Can you imagine how many UFOs are on the surface? Do you see the activity up on the surface of the moon? This is recent. This is all captured with a telescope. It's not off of the surface. I assure you, I'm pressed up inside of craters and alongside of craters, inside of mares, and it's very close to the surface, and there is a blur, a cloud cover on the surface. And now these beautiful creatures, or UFOs, whatever they may be, they really are there. Have you ever heard of the Tether incident? Look up the Tether incident. Larry Dickerson, thanks so much, bro, for the generous contributions. Thanks for being a part of this community. I can't believe there's aliens on the